It has been nearly a year since our 11 Investigates team started digging into Sunny Farms Landfill's history in Seneca County.
And what they found was troubling, a putrid odor, leaving some neighbors concerned for their health.
Tonight, Tyler Paley is learning that that smell has been diminished, but a new concern is now rising to the surface there, which has some neighbors wondering what's up in the air.
There's something in the air these days in Seneca County. You can't see it, and some days you can't even smell it. But it's a far cry from an odorless air, so much as an air with less of an odor.
All landfills at times there are, odors. However, we are not emitting large amounts of gas or odors anywhere.
Remember that claim from Sunny Farms Landfill spokesman Ben Nutter. It will be important. That's because tonight some neighbors are sounding the alarm on perhaps a more dangerous issue, one that may fly under the radar, but ultimately doesn't pass the sniff test.
To be honest, I feel like we are in a worse position than we were 6 months ago.
At Sunny Farms Landfill, there haven't been many off days for the team of roughly 100 employees these last 12 months since our investigation began.
We've implemented a hydrogen sulfide treatment system that you're going to see on your tour today. We've implemented an odor control blanket. We cover with actual dirt every evening on the working phase. We've narrowed down the working phase. And one of the most significant things that we've done is the expansion of our gas collection system.
These repairs are the results of major community outcry, lawsuits, and environmental violations. In July, Sunny Farms settled with the state for millions in unpaid and overdue operating fees, which they paid off to Ohio's Attorney General and the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency, the government group that regulates landfills like Sunny Farms.
We put the landfill on like a step-by-step compliance schedule to get back into compliance with sulfur dioxide emissions.
Shannon Neighbors is in charge of the Ohio EPA's Northwest District and says protecting Ohioans is her agency's most important priority. But Nate Heiser with the Greater Fostoria Environmental Coalition argues the EPA is falling short in its duty of protecting Ohioans.
Now we're talking back in October, November, December of 18, when the readings were at its highest, the sulfur dioxide wasn't as apparent. But now there's so much hydrogen sulfide in that cell that what they're doing is they're turning that basically into sulfur dioxide.
Here's how landfills work. Waste of all shapes and sizes are buried in what are called cells. If it rains, the water seeps down through the heap of trash and takes some of the liquid from the trash with it. Everything that collects at the bottom is called leachate, which is disposed of in retention ponds. Above this leachate, a layer of gas forms as the waste decomposes, including methane and hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is what has that rotten egg odor. So to contain that smell, Sunny Farms does a few things. They've installed an odor control blanket, which essentially suppresses the odor from ever reaching our noses. They also suck up some of the gas through these vertical vacuum-like pipes, sending the gases to a flare, which burns it off into the air. But when hydrogen sulfide is burned, it creates sulfur dioxide. And Dr. James Tita with Mercy Health says that isn't good for the human body.
Eye irritation, throat, nose. For people that have asthma, it certainly can trigger an asthma attack.
In a previous permit, Sunny Farms was limited to 479 tons of sulfur dioxide per rolling year, which adds up the previous 12 months as the calendar flips. The most recent numbers reported to the EPA show the landfill is exceeding that by nearly 4 times. But what Sunny Farms officials point to is the remedy reached with the EPA and AG, saying they're allowed 248 tons per month in this interim period as they work to install a permanent solution to eliminate H2S and SO2. Heiser says this interim period is what he's most worried about.
You're just substituting one harmful chemical for another one.
Correct.
Remember that claim from the beginning?
We are not emitting large amounts of gas or odors anywhere.
So the question is, why would anybody ever believe that the EPA would properly regulate an entity that is providing so much money right back into that agency?
So our whole focus at the EPA is to protect human health and the environment. It is not about penalty and it is not about money. Our sole focus and our regulatory basis is to make sure that the rules that we have laid out in the state of Ohio for protecting human health and the environment are implemented, and that's what we're here to do.
Heiser calls that a load of garbage, though.
We're over a year in this thing. Why is somebody not looking out for us? Why are we the ones that have to look out for ourselves?
But Nutter disputes that image of the situation, telling WTOL several times the landfill prioritizes operational excellence and environmental health and safety.
During our open house, we had over 200 local friends and neighbors come over and tour the landfill. And the predominant comment was, you guys have done a fantastic job of changing the way we do business.
Does Sunny Farms deserve any credit whatsoever for what they have done in the past year?
No.
Why?
Because they're trying to create this false narrative of, we're fixing all the problems, we're investing all this money. Yeah, a little too little, too late. You're turning hydrogen sulfide into sulfur dioxide, and the levels are way above what they should be. And we're still experiencing odors last week.
Do these residents have anything major to be concerned about living near the landfill right now?
Well, it's hard to know. Once again, I mean, if you're downwind from this, I mean, it potentially could have some health effects.
Leaders at Sunny Farms tell me they are mere weeks from submitting their application for what's known as a permit to install. This is what they need to add that permanent gas collection elimination system. Once the Ohio EPA gives the thumbs up, which could take up to 7 months, the clock starts on Sunny Farms getting this system up and running. They have 550 days to do that, and landfill officials tell me they'll need every last second of it.